Hello and welcome to Peaches and Suits, a podcast where two useless homos attempt to talk about all of the ladies in soap operas that have driven us mad over the years in a coherent manner. Possibly.
I don't know. 5 or 6?
What?
What?
Carla von Lahnstein? So.
Ah.
Y juntas somos Mercedes.
Lexa and I...
Lexa.
Oh my fucking God.
Hi, I'm Chaos.
Hi, I'm StephKT, capital K, capital T.
Also known as Sexy Voice.
Oh, all right, Biscuit. All right. I won't call. Oh, that's it. I've done it. I've called her Biscuit once. I won't do it to her again.
So, Steph and I are here today to talk to you about several things, but I would just like to interject because at the end of our last episode, when we were signing off, we were talking about, we're going to talk about Madre Solo Hay. Oh my God, we need to edit that. I can't say it right. Madre Solo Hay. And of course, Steph mentioned this Brazilian show that she was watching before and that she was going to rewatch. And so I started watching it, and now completely detracted from everything that I had planned. So I went very much down the rabbit hole of Clarina from Em Familia. So here we go anyway.
Just sit back and listen to her talk about it. I'll say on my part, I was so excited that she was sort of finally watching it. She's seen bits and bobs before, but I was so like, oh, and of course I wanted to know about every step of her journey, how she was feeling, you know.
Feeling good, feeling bad.
Yeah. You know, oh my God. I mean, it was an edited version, but you still got all the main points, all the highs and lows, and all the mentions of husbands.
Ugh.
They were all kept in. So, my favourite part.
Well, I think we'll also, and we decided that we're going to loop this couple in a little bit, at least in this episode.
Yeah. Maybe in the future you'll see we'll kind of have to go with the flow with whatever is sort of happening at the time, because you never know, something gay can be sprung on us from nowhere.
Can we talk about Chile for like 1 second?
Yeah, I said that so that Chaos could interject here again.
I would just like to say hello and thank you to the country of Chile for the gifts that we are about to receive. Thank you. I'm sure it's going to be painful. Did you watch any of the thing?
Not really. That's because real life got in the way. So I've been a bad homo this week, but I'm sure I will be kept up to date just from Chaos's Twitter.
We will give a play-by-play. Don't worry. I watched the first episode. I haven't. The second episode aired already, but I did not watch that. It looks pretty good.
It does look like a good show.
Yeah. It's kind of my genre of show that I would like anyway. So it's like, I'm really kind of pissed. So I'm looking at you, Chile.
We're basically South America. We're looking to them all the time.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, Mexico can jump in from up north. That's
we'll
great
include
too.
them a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, we're more than happy. But especially with Chaos watching Clarina this week, it's just been, that's the continent. That's the place to be. So,
all of the Americas except for the north part.
Yeah. Exactly. Them, we don't have high hopes. But I could say the same for my own country. Although Killing Eve is coming back next year for one final season. Yeah. Yeah, we could
say that. I mean, I don't have high hopes for that one either.
As long as, I can't believe I'm saying this, but as long as they both die together.
Is this like a Romeo and Juliet style thing you're thinking of?
Yeah, especially if, I don't know if people are going to be coming for them. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
You know, so few episodes, but yeah, I think that's the best case scenario you could hope
8?
for, really.
How many? They said
Yeah,
8?
usually typical British, you know, short and sweet, but hopefully it's meant to be all about the quantity, not the quality. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, so I'll let Chaos yeah, we're going to start with Clarina to sort of segue us into into the rest of them.
I have two things though that I do want to bring up.
Go on.
All right, here we go. So, I do think we need to clarify a little bit of from the last episode. So the title of this episode is going to be Backless Tops and Powerbottoms. And the reason we chose that, obviously, is for Clarina. Clara and her backless tops. Okay. But I do think that we should clarify something, because I got into like a 2-hour conversation with my girlfriend after she watched the episode. But we started talking, and she was like, I have a lot of questions about this and that, and like, what is a bottom? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not prepared to like explain this. I don't know how I think about it. And then I was like, that's part of the problem. Like, it's all kind of like,
yeah. Well, we said together even that it's sort of everybody might view it differently, and what is what makes someone a bottom, a power bottom, a top, or any of the other things. Yeah, it's subjective, I thought.
Well, we came up with like a super basic, like,
I like basic.
Really, like, if you pare it all down, this is what I came up with. So it's like the difference between like just top and bottom is that, like, okay, first of all, you know, most relationships are more sort of like equitable, and it's not like purely one way all the time for everything. But the gist of it is like top would be more associated with giving physical pleasure, and bottom is more associated with receiving physical pleasure. And so there are like stereotypes or associations that we make with both of those things. One of them is more it's actually kind of messed up. I'm not sure if it is messed up, but it's like this idea of like a masculine energy or like a stronger vibe, which is it doesn't necessarily mean that the person looks masculine. It's just like an energy of like, yeah, it's kind of gross now I think about it.
But it's hard not to. It is hard not to, as you say, associate that sort of energy with it. It's just, it's sort of embedded in everybody.
Yeah,
you know.
it's like the culture of,
you don't think much of it, you know.
Yeah, so, it doesn't gross me out in real life, but now that I'm like sort of being an academic mind about it, like,
don't think too hard about anything in life.
Yeah. And then there's this idea of like, okay, so, you know, since nobody's really, I won't say nobody, but many people are not exclusively in one role at all times, then it's kind of like, okay, well, how do you say she's a power bottom when like the type of sex that they have is not exclusively in one direction? So I was thinking, okay, well, maybe it's like where your sort of comfort zone is, like,
preference possibly.
Yeah,
it's just
like,
a preference.
Yeah, it's like, okay. And then I was like, oh, Shane, right? Shane's like the epitome of the like invulnerable top.
Yeah, she's at that end of the spectrum, but she can, not when pushed, but she has to probably feel comfortable.
Yeah, usually not in a committed relationship. So like when she like when she's hooking up with all these women, it's never like in a receiving way. It's always like her.
No,
like,
exactly.
I'm thinking of the scene in the wedding where she's like fucking all the bridesmaids and the bride and the
mom.
mom.
God. Well, again, it's funny how we use the L word, and yet arguably, you know, so many of us do, and yet arguably it's the most just chaotic. Sorry to use your name, but it is just, you know, like season 5. I love season 5, but it is such a mess, you know, that. But yeah, you can't help but just go to it. It's like it's not a blueprint, but you know,
what is that? It's just a common reference.
Yeah,
like, if you say it, yeah, people. Yeah. A lot of people don't know who Ana and Teresa are. Like,
again, this are soap lesbians. Yeah.
I know. So, I mean, it's kind of easy.
In terms of the in terms of their sort of label as such, it's I think lots of people do it with fictional characters. As you say, you wouldn't necessarily do it in real life. Like, I would never, you don't meet a couple and think, oh, that, she must be. I mean, maybe some stupid like hetero guys do, but we don't count that. But in terms of fictional characters, you just can't help it in a sense. And I think because it is fiction, they do mostly sort of stick to one role. They might divert, of course, as you say, like with Shane sometimes, but you still associate a number of labels with those characters. I don't know. As I say, I would only think about like Powerbottoms, with like My Soap Lesbians and other fictional characters.
Yeah, I have never ever thought about that in a real world
Yeah, you just
context before.
it's just like it's just some fun, and you can't help but just have a little discussion about it online or so. But Chaos is right. Hopefully it is sort of cleared up, because I was the same, not thinking that people might not know, like, oh, what does that mean? Like, it didn't cross my mind, because I was just on the gay track, one track mind down the tunnel. So I didn't sort of think that other people would be like, oh, hang on, what? So sorry, what? And there we are putting it in our title and everything. So hopefully it's, or we helped some people last week. Maybe they're like, oh, okay. By the time they got to episode 1, maybe they go like, oh, okay, right, yeah, I get it. When they think about Bet and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I did have a couple people follow up though and ask me to explain it, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. But remember, we're novices here.
Yeah. Well, novice podcasters, not so much on.
Wow.
Okay, on that note,
yes,
let's talk about, you want to talk about Clarina first?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I feel like they've taken up, but even myself, they've taken up most of my time in terms of, watching stuff since we last recorded. So I know where to. Yeah, I was saying to Chaos to start because it was her first time. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. No, it's good. Thank you, sexy voice. So what to say? I think, I had seen a couple years ago, I had seen a quick compilation or two, like how the lovely folks on YouTube, such as yourself, they will make like compilation videos of sometimes music video style or just even light music video of couples, and it's sort of like a summary of the whole show. So I have seen those, but I'd never actually sat down and like episode through episode watched their storyline. And I'm sorry to admit, it didn't really catch my interest enough to sit down and watch it. And I have kind of I have made my peace with it, but I have a little bit of regret because this is exactly the type of show that I love.
It's made for us.
It is literally made for us. We, Steph and I both are of the give us a slow burn that is going to torture us, and we will love you for it. That is, I can't even call that a slow burn. Even it's like beyond. Like this is like, there's like slow burn where you know that the characters will end up together, and there's like this like, oh God, the uncertainty of like, is this actually going to happen? And it's actual painful to watch because you're like,
yeah, it's easy now because we know, but it's even myself. I was like, God, I was trying to put myself in the frame of mind as I was like 6 years ago of, you do worry. Oh my God, are they going to be endgame as it were? Because all telenovelas have to have an end, and you're sort of, oh, God, what if she does stick with the husband? And like kind of what we mentioned last time is I know some get a bit pissed off when there's a straight one, there's a gay one, and she's got to figure herself out, leave the husband. But I'm not tired of that. I am more than fine with seeing, because otherwise, as I say, I feel like writers, especially if they are heterosexual, they're not as good as keeping the drama going. I think if they were like both gay and it was easy, and because they can't get them pregnant,
Well,
which soaps love to do, and well, they give it a good go. You worry they're going to make all of a sudden the lesbians attracted to a man out of the blue, or all these things that have happened in soaps. So I am more than happy to see it from the other way around, where right, and they fall in love with a woman and they're like, oh my god, what does this mean?
what is this feeling so sudden and new?
Yeah. That's right. I'm a total sucker for this, and especially if you've got, hopefully there are good actresses, then it's still juicy to watch.
It is. It was.
And if as Chaos said, if you've seen it, then backless tops are they're in. Yeah,
very much
so
in.
that's an added bonus with this one. Lots of backs. Yeah,
sexy backs.
If you're into backs, this is the one. And not just from Clara, but even Marina. Even Marina's outfits. Yeah, they're not shy on the skin. No love scenes, of course, don't be ridiculous, but so yeah. And I know we're gonna we're probably gonna disagree about this. We're gonna
I was actually thinking this is a good spring because I think the reason why the like top and bottom conversation comes up so much in fiction and in sort of like social media discussion of fictional characters is because we don't see a lot of the like physical intimacy always. I mean,
that's true. Yeah,
like this show is not the only example of that, obviously. Which whatever, but like you kind of go there in your head to sort of complete the story and make up, well, what exactly is happening for them? Like, are they, I mean, when you really sit down and think about it, it feels a little bit like uncomfortable, and like maybe that's some sort of like internalized like discomfort with sexuality or whatever. But I think that for me personally, that's kind of where that comes from. It's like, oh, well, I want to think about them having like a fully complete relationship where they're also intimate and can my voice go a little higher?
No, you're right. I didn't even, it's true. It's so true, because we have to sort of make it up ourselves that you think, how would it go? How would it look? And as you say, you can't help it because we don't see it. So I know we probably still think about it even if we see it.
Hello.
But yeah, in this case, and indeed many cases, it's you might not even get to see them kiss until God knows when. So you have you have no idea what it will look like, resemble. So yeah,
can we talk about their kisses?
Go for it. Absolutely. Yeah.
This is actually part of my argument for
Here we go. Go
on. I actually think I might surprise you with my opinion on this. I think that for Clara and Marina, also Brazilian Portuguese speakers, somebody please explain to me how an extra syllable gets into Marina. Is it Mariana? Sometimes it sounds like that to me, and I'm like, okay, am I crazy, or is it actually they sound like they're saying Mariana?
Oh, possibly. Yeah, I can't recall it with her name, but then, I sort of stopped watching. Not because I wasn't enjoying it, but because I thought, otherwise I'll go into this podcast episode with just them in my head.
Well, here we are, 20 minutes in.
They're dangerous. They're so dangerous. So it was like I was watching it for the first time. Like, oh my God, because there were things that I forgot. So, Portuguese. Yeah. Contact Chaos on Twitter. Help her out. She's the linguist here. So she will not rest, not sleep. Unless
I need answers. No, but seriously. Also, okay, so what I was saying was I think that their relationship is a little bit more equitable. I kind of went into the beginning thinking, the association I have with the way that Marina was acting was like she's like waiting and waiting and waiting and, you know, so understanding. And of course you can still fuck your husband. I mean, she didn't say that, but like it's implied. And I'm just sitting here as a viewer going, oh, I think that's like, I was very conflicted. I was like, okay, so is this top energy? I don't know what this is. Is this she's like, but the fact that she put up with so much crap from Vanessa.
Oh God.
I was like, holy shit. All right. Well, maybe she's not a top.
Oh yeah.
Because yeah, Vanessa, if Vanessa was her partner at some point and she,
Well, I was going to say, yeah. I mean, Vanessa brought it up, I think, funnily enough, to Marina about the fact that Marina is so. She's not that monogamy is not the most important thing to her, I think, because she's so in love that if Clara's husband had said, you know, right, we can both be with her, you know, for the rest of our lives, deal, great. I think Marina would have gone along with that. I think she would have been, you know, as long as it was equal. An equal sort of relationship. I think possibly she's so head over heels that she would have, and maybe at some point she might change her mind on that. But as you say, at the beginning of it, she's so, I don't want to say predatory, but she is, as you say, her top energy. It seems so obvious at first, but as she realizes, oh, this is for real for her, you know, this is like for life, or she wants it to be for life, that she's so understanding and patient of Clara's position.
tell me how.
Like almost like 99% of the time. So I think then, as you say, the confliction comes because you're like, oh, hang on, she's actually quite soft. She's not as aggressive as they first sort of made her out to be. I don't know if it's changing the writing or, you know.
I do have questions about that. It didn't feel consistent.
Yeah, like, she's actually, because at first you just assume, oh, she's going to go in there and they'll cheat, you know, physically speaking, that they will cheat.
Did they cheat though? That's another question that I have.
Yes.
It's like,
Clara makes me laugh with her, but we haven't done anything. She's even saying this to her husband, and she is telling the truth, but I'm like, last night you're touching each other's face and crying in each other's arms, and okay,
I
right?
would, first of all, I wouldn't find myself in this position, but if I found myself in a position where I was like going to be in bed with someone and like basically professing my love to them, regardless of if I'm having sex with them, that's cheating.
Yeah,
At least to me.
Yeah, no, it's true. As soon as she ran back to her and told her that she adores her, and then around that same time they had this dance together, the way they were dancing, that's it. Like, that's, you know, but again, because they never physically act on it on screen, like they never, normally.
No, they don't. I think
they would have cheated.
No, I think even off screen though, that she said, like you said, she told her husband, Kadu, his name is actually Carlos, which I only know that because I Googled it. Kadu?
Yeah. I think there's so many Carloses possibly.
Yeah. Give him a nickname.
They were like, Kadu. Yeah. Again, maybe the Portuguese speakers can tell us more. Maybe that's a common like nickname for Carlos or something. But it's all very educational, this. But yeah, normally, they would have cheated. So it's
kind of interesting that they didn't.
Yeah,
like
physically, it's
I
like,
found
wow.
I found that interesting. I found also, and you and I talked about this, the fact that Clara was so open with her husband the whole time. Like, falling in love with this woman, don't know what it means.
Yeah, so early on.
I told you I'm in love with her. And he's just like, I don't know what was going on. I think it was the edits that I was watching that were a little disjointed, but like she was suddenly back with him when she wasn't with him, and because of his heart. And I was like, also, you know, what are the odds this man, he looks like, it's very weird, he anti-aged in the show. Did you notice that? Like, he kind of looked like a little old man in the beginning, and then like he got hotter and hotter and hotter, like not in a
I know what you mean.
Like he became less sort of like old looking. I don't know how they did that. His hair was grayer in the beginning.
Oh, so did Clara, though. That's that. But I think both
does that
cases,
mean?
it's deliberate. I think because they're both unhappy in their marriage, and that is what she tries to say to him. That this isn't so much a Marina thing. This is our thing. We weren't happy, and then, like I always say, people as they get gayer, or even in Kadu's case, they just become freer and happier.
Oh, sure, he had 2 women.
Bar
because,
is hot.
you know,
Yeah.
if
Well,
his wife gets 1, then, you know, he's got to have 2 because.
yeah, fair game. Oh, to them anyway. But I think if they'd have cheated, like even earlier on, I think Marina, I would be saying, oh yeah, absolute top, because I think she would have just gone for it.
Yeah.
But I think as the deepening of her feelings progressed and all that
She backed off. Plus, also, like, it just, I'm sorry to keep harping on her relationship with Van, but like, as soon as I saw how much she put up with that, I was like, whoa, your personality is so different than what I thought it was. That you're just gonna, like, you physically fight with her, and then, like, she climbs into bed with you afterward, and you're like, oh, you know, leave me alone. And I'm like, I would have shoved that person out of bed and said, don't fucking touch me. You just, like, attacked my girlfriend for the 3rd time.
Yeah. I was so oh god, well, like I told you, I forgot how angry I was with her. Yeah, I don't know, would I have done the same? Possibly. I don't know, it's hard because her loneliness, I think, rather have Vanessa near than not at all, because then she's just there. I mean, I know she's just swimming in her feelings, you know, constantly thinking about it. God, so dramatic. But better to have her there, and that's why it's good, like Flavia's there, etc. So there's someone like on her team, so to speak, defending her feelings for Clara, and, you know, more rational, level-headed, because Vanessa's so in love with Marina that she just can't, she can only see it really only one way.
I always, the whole time, I thought the irony of Vanessa being like, you're so in love with this person, you can't even do anything right, like, you're just you're one-track mind, like, you're such a sick, like, look at you, you're pathetic. And I was like, girl, look at yourself.
Oh yeah, it's right, look in the mirror, for fuck's sake. God, I was so pissed. I was just texting Chaos going, oh, for fuck's sake, can Vanessa fuck off? I was so pissed.
Ladies and gentle queers, there is your cursing from Sexy Voice.
That's it. That's she's someone who will get it out of me. God damn. I'm sure we'll get there. If I have to rewatch Italia, I'll be doing the same with Frank, probably.
He's such a good man.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Shall we transition into talking about Madre Solo Hay?
We will. But first, I suppose
there's
we
more.
haven't said just how we see Clara. All that talk, and we haven't said how we see Clara. Okay. Yeah. We're talking more than we intend to.
Yes.
What a shocker.
Yeah.
As I say, I'm easily swayed, but I believe, I'm still wavering between whether Clara is a power bottom or a bottom. But
okay. You've completely subverted my expectations here. I was expecting you to say she's a top. Didn't you?
I no, it's hard because my feelings for Giovanna, who plays Clara, I totally see Gio as a top, right? And I'm trying not to let that cloud my feelings towards Clara. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm going to knock her down to power bottom, I think. I mean, obviously, I was kind of expecting Chaos to say she's, I don't know. I don't know, actually. Bottom. Yeah.
There's no power. I mean, not to say there's no power, like, as in she's not, like, a woman in control of her whatever, but, like, her sexiness is 100% just, like, feminine energy to me. Like, I don't get any of that, like, I'm a fucking badass and I will murder you with my, I mean, she murdered me with her outfits, but, like, not in the same way that, like, Bette Porter would, you know, where she's going to come in and just be like, evisceration, you know.
She can. As Clara gets into that business owning kind of vibe that she has. I know it's technically Kadu's bistro, but I don't know. And just the way she is in taking care of Marina, and Marina sort of becomes slightly subservient and wanting Clara, but I think they talk of, in a way, their equality.
Yeah,
but they both bring something to the team.
I do think that they both more, as I said earlier on before I got distracted, I do think that their relationship's a lot more balanced, that there's no like clear sort of like, not like what in the beginning with when I was first watching, I was like, oh, hello, that's what's going to be happening here. And then I was like, oh, that's not what's going to be happening here. So.
Yeah, I just sort of thought, oh, Marina's so whipped. Like, maybe she's willing to bend her own rules. But as you say, maybe she's like that with Vanessa when she was with her back in the day. But yeah. So I'm still probably wavering, as you say. I probably can't decide. I'll let the 10 or 11 people listening decide.
We've upped it.
I've upped it to 10 or 11. But yeah, no, Chaos is right. We're on our gay plane to Mexico for Madre Solo Hay. And Ana Servin, you know what? Obviously, this was before we planned to do a podcast, but I wish I had like recorded my own thoughts about it when as soon as I watched it. Yeah, we did kind of. It's true.
Maybe we could toss some of that in. I have receipts. Let's scroll back.
But I know how I felt. I know how I felt like at the time. And we even mentioned last week, like Anna's whole vibe is so bet. But again, maybe this will change in season 2.
So on that note about Bet, so Anna obviously has the power suit thing down.
Oh yeah.
And you said, I just re-listened to all of those, not all of them, but most of our audio from that first thing. And you said that she has a Crystal Chappelle vibe from Otalia.
Oh yeah.
And you were like, yeah, like it's like the whole, like I'm a boss and like kind of like an asshole.
Yeah.
And actually, so my girlfriend did watch part of Madre Solo Hay with me when I first watched it. And she was like, why do you even like this? Like, why do you like her? She's so awful. She's just an awful person. And I was like, no, she's a baby. And I was like, wait. I guess I have a thing for the powerful women who, I think I said this last episode, basically you got this like masculine energy and like this little more feminine presentation, and I'm like drooling myself over you. Like if so
that's like, our thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both
Ana
totally
Servin,
agree on this.
Hello, and thank you for your existence.
Yeah. Well, as you say, look at Bet or Olivia from Guiding Light. Both of them. But you know, though, I think it's also a case of, one of the reasons why you're watching is you're going to see their development and you're going to see them soften and become vulnerable. Otherwise, they're just what layers does that character have? So it's inevitable. And also going into Madre Solo Hay, I know, so, look how hetero she is. That's all. It's going to start to sort of chip away and you're going to see. And that's obviously inevitably what happens. So other people have said the same to me of, how can you be attracted to these characters? They're such bitches. And I'm like, oh, no. But that is what makes them so attractive.
Yes. On a similar note, villains, like actual villains in shows, same brand of sexy to me. I mean, yes, please.
Exactly.
Kill all the men. Yes.
Regina.
Literally. Oh, fucking Regina.
Right? Again, you're thinking, basic form. You're thinking, oh, such a bitch. But
horrible.
But, wow, what a bitch.
Literally kills people.
Like, that, what do the kids say? Step on me.
Okay. So you were saying in the first voice clips about Regina and Emma, and we actually argued about this because I was like, Regina is total power bottom, and you were like, oh really? Like, I don't know, like.
Yeah, no, I think you're right now, having thought of it, because we I don't know, this might have been after, and I was talking about if I was going to pick Lana or JMO or Regina or Emma, right?
Yes, you said it was okay.
no, chip it. I said, you know what, I'm going to choose Emma. Yeah, I think she totally radiates top vibes. So I think Regina would be quite surprised. Well, she was surprised on the show even. I find it's quite easy with those two, funnily enough, to picture how it would be.
You're not alone. Have you seen all the fanfic?
Yeah, I think Regina, again, just she'd be totally like, just a puddle, arguably.
Yep.
My word. Yeah. So, and I could even mention maybe Villanelle. I mean, if someone was going to say, oh, how could you be attracted to I'd be like, look at the women clamoring over themselves to be killed, basically, by Villanelle. So there's clearly a type, Chaos and I are not alone, obviously, in being attracted to morally dubious women.
Yeah. I just realized it's usually the woman who's cheating on the man that I find more attractive.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Isn't that strange?
I think I'm like that.
I don't have a thing for straight women generally. And obviously these women are not straight because they're sapphically skipping.
Yeah. Skipping
through the meadow.
Through the field.
Yeah.
The rainbow, getting to the end of the rainbow.
Yeah, but like Natalia,
yeah, you're right. I mean, but I think I do have a thing for straight women, so this isn't a shock to me. Yeah, I was just going through them all in my mind, like Clara and Barbara, and yeah, but I don't know, would I choose Teresa over Anna? I'm not sure. That's very hard for me. Both. Yeah, I don't think
that's hard. Yeah. I love them both in a like you're my babies kind of way.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, normally it's so clear cut, as you say, it's just out of the gate. Not that like Mercedes or Marina, I mean, have you seen them? Of course I'm attracted to them. But, if I'm going to jump in front of a car to reach one, then I had to go with something soapy. Then yeah. And what else? Now I have more to say on Madre Solo Hay, obviously, because I say this is a bit different for us also because we haven't got to the end of their story yet. This is Ana and Mariana, and Mariana again coming into it. Looking at them, you might think, "Oh, okay, that's the straight one," and Anna's like the more queer one. Again, her hair and her earrings and her jewelry, all these things that rock my boat. She's just screaming at you.
It's because Steph finds her attractive that we've decided she's queer.
Yeah, exactly. And what did I just say about being more attracted to straight ones?
Interesting. Interesting.
Maybe it's changing with age.
Have you noticed, like, so I, on the other side of that, I do think that Mariana is like kind of the gay stereotype of at least a certain section of the millennial generation. I want to say younger than us.
I agree.
The like kind of woo woo. I'm gonna go plant a garden and have some crystals and look at me. I'm wearing my organic cotton with my Birkenstocks and like. She's cracking up.
It's so true. Oh my god, I've started to see this pattern. Now you say of it, I've started to see this pattern, and like I feel like there are lesbians who are green and environmental, and like they're so good, and I'm really not. Not that I don't care about these matters, but but they're just so good in everything, and they've totally fired off from religion and just in all aspects of life. They're such like good citizens. And vegan as well, all those things, whereas I touch base with all of these things, but that's dabble. I just can't be that. I can't dabble. I just can't be that good. And but I have started to see it, as you say, because they're thinking of like all these causes, and I'm just in awe. Like, oh, wow.
Well, anyway,
and
that's
Mariana's like that.
Mariana straight off, that was the vibe that I got from her. So I was like, oh yeah, she's definitely got like a gay vibe, because she's supposed to be 24, 23. 22?
Yeah, 22, 23. Yeah,
something like that.
So go with the flow.
And she, a baby having a baby. Yeah. So I got a vibe from her. I mean, anyone can be gay if you just kind of like look at them with your eyes squinted or something. Like, so as for Ana, that was the same with that the presence. It's something like the embodiment of womanhood sometimes that really gets me, and I'm like, oh yeah, you could be
exactly
a dyke.
Exactly. She's so sure of herself, or she thinks she is, in all aspects. But yet, obviously, she hasn't given her sexuality like a second thought. Obviously, it's just clear cut. Like, why would she have done it? I don't think she's never had anything to sort of confront her, or, you know. Mm-hmm. And again, it doesn't even hit her until literally when you watch it. Ugh. Like the last few minutes of the entire first series, it's like. But even then, she cuts it off because it's not. There's so much going on. Let me tell you, there's so much going on that
we can spoil it. Let's just assume that everyone.
Yeah, I was worried.
No, I think it's fair enough. Like, if you're listening to this, first of all, thank you for making it to this point. We really are going on, but please have at least. I mean, I hope that you've watched Madre Solo Hay at this point, because the ending is just. I felt so many, like, you know, it's a soap opera. It's supposed to make you feel those things. But, like, I also am allergic to grass, like Ana. And when she collapses into the grass and, like, just is kind of, like, rolling around in it, she's, like, torturing herself. And it's, like, I don't know, for some reason that thing got me the most. I was like, this is showing me how badly she's hurting, because there's no fucking way. I mean, it'd have to be pretty bad for me to want to go roll around in the grass.
Yeah, like she's thinking it just can't get any worse. Yeah. Why not just put my entire body on the grass? She started off with just her feet.
Yeah,
and then...
poor thing.
Oh, yeah. It's because I remember I left a message for Chaos. I had like 15 minutes left of the last episode, and I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, that's why you've got to hang in there to the end. And it is such a beautiful scene.
That whole last episode really got me.
Oh, it really, right in the feels, as they say. So the anticipation, and I'm not a patient person, so having to wait to find out, because it's probably going to be even gayer next season.
God, I hope so.
How could it not be?
If they don't,
hopefully they've seen our reaction.
I'm flying to Mexico, and I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, take over the writers' room. I mean, it's
insurrection.
Insurrection. Another coup. Just I'm so, and even just as I say, her energy is probably going to change as well. Anna's is probably going to change because she's quit her job. How is she going to sort of, all this control that she had might be gone. I think that's partly why she's so upset, is because she thought, this is all fantastic. Despite, I will say, she's possibly sick, probably going to be sick.
Yeah, no, she definitely has cancer. I'm going to say it.
Yeah. So
that's the the only plot point for season 2. Like that they have, like she has to be sick, like
otherwise boring.
Yeah. No, I mean there's nothing to drive the story forward, right? You need Mariana to come back. So what better way to do that than your co-mother is sick and you need to help. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And we were saying this in the conversation before, like, oh, what an opening for her to like move back in. Cause
it seems so obvious in a soapy way.
Of course, If they don't do that, missed opportunity. Come on.
Missed opportunity. Yeah. I mean, I think Ana will fight it because she's going to be hanging on to control something in her life. I think even when she thought she could be sick, then it was a case of, right, no, I got this. you know, and she thought she had Mariana by her side and someone that she could trust. And,
the
you know, they
betrayal.
literally exchanged vows without it being a wedding.
Lesbians. My God.
So, oh my God. And like I said, even I think, I'm not sure if I said it last week or on WhatsApp to Chaos, but all their little moments, I love little moments and touches and glances and, oh God. Yeah.
Mm.
There's just so many that I love. Yeah. Seeing back. But yeah, I'm going to have to, I think that's why I was hesitant to rewatch, because then I have to wait. I still have such a long wait. But yeah, so we'll see. We might be having a different discussion about Anna's position, as it were, next time. I don't know, because yeah, I think Mariana can give as good as she gets. So
I'm leaning in that direction for sure. I mean, originally I put her in the compilation of for Anna to be a power bottom. She's got the power. We know she's got the power. So we just need to see if she's got the bottom.
but she's never been with a woman as well, and that's the other thing.
Bottom potential right there.
Yeah.
Although everyone has their first sometime, and one of you has to be the top. So
Yeah. Yeah. Again, this is where I'm really bad, is because I love when there's an explosion of feelings and it all just comes out. Just go for it. This is where the walls and desks and tables and all that can come in. Yeah. Remember, I have a thing
their
for
desk is
furniture.
really small. Have you seen the desk at Anna's? I like the desk. It's very mid-century modern, like got these little pointy legs, but it's quite small.
I can't believe here we are talking about this. But maybe the dining table is a possibility.
Pretty public though.
Yeah. Well, it could be an amusing. I could see them doing this because the show is really funny. I could see them having fudge. What's her name? The main maid, as such, the housemaid of the house. I could see her like walking in. It begins with A. I can see her walking in and them doing that and just being like, yeah,
And then turning
all
around
a
and
fluster about it. Yeah. Like she's meant to be like looking after the babies and.
That's like
Yeah.
on Shortland Street that the daughters caught them.
Yeah,
in
of
the
course
kitchen.
you bring this up.
Yeah, I mean they're not on screen anymore, so whatever. Might as well talk about them.
Yeah, she's going through it. Yeah, I do feel for her. You know, I wish I had this feeling of missing characters. Apart from like these series like Madre Solo Hay that I'm waiting for, I haven't got. It's not the same as when it's in a soap. And you're like, oh, when are they on screen? I remember this with Kate and Rana, and people were messaging me, when are they back on? When are they back on?
Yeah.
And in the end, I had to make a little video saying, I'm not sure, sometime in April.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I remember that.
Yeah,
I
I miss that feeling.
I admit that I don't. Because I'm not like involved in the like purveying of content as such. I don't really keep track of how long. I mean, I genuinely don't know how long it's been since Rosalind's been on screen. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. Don't know what's going to happen there, but I don't have high hopes. I'm kind of just like, I was really, wow, it's a really interesting thing how fiction can like really just like grab you. And like, I was like, my whole life was this thing for like a hot second. And then it was like, that was it. And it was just nothing out. Like they kind of let us down slowly by taking them both off screen. And then they came back for one episode, and then they got rid of Rosalind completely, and now it's just Leanne. There's so much drama. Like I still am still watching the show. There's like so much going on, sex trafficking and all this stuff. And
not that it's funny. Sorry.
No, it's so fun. It is funny because they're really trying to make it like a psychological thriller. Right? It's a fucking soap. And they're like,
Shortland Street.
And who will be the next one to go?
I feel like Neighbours has done this. Again, it's funny as you say that so many like queer women are there like, I can't believe I'm fucking watching Neighbours for just to see a crumb of at least one of the two characters. Anything, something. It is amazing what we will do. But you know I'm the same. That's why like they can take over my life for like months, you know. and you've got all these other things to do, but you're like, oh no, I have to be home by a certain time because Coronation Street is on. Like, to someone else in like at work in Britain, it'd be like, you're rushing home for Coronation Street, you can just record it. Nah, yeah, but no, I have to be home. You know, especially if you're not technically out, I don't bother to sort of scream it out or anything. And so they have no idea. They just think I'm some sort of crazed soap fan.
But meanwhile, it's the lesbians.
Yeah, it's the lesbians. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Exactly. So next week, I don't know if we can even promise anything because we might get distracted again, but I doubt it.
Whose fault is
I
that
doubt it.
exactly?
Well, I was just giving them a shout out. I mean, I was just because I had to think of my top 3 favorite couples.
We haven't
I
talked
say
about
so innocently.
2 important things that I have in my notes here.
Oh, she's Chaos. Thank goodness, is so studious. Fuck no.
So the crossover between. Remember we were going to talk about Las Aparicio.
I'm so bad. Yeah, see, that's
The Marianas.
the Marianas. See, the poor Marianas. I had to really fight to keep them anywhere in my like frontal lobe area, because Clara and Marina were like, no.
God, yeah. This is your fault.
I know.
We had such a plan.
Such a plan. Never trust anything we say.
Accurate. No, really.
Basically. Yeah, no, I'll let go on, Chaos.
No.
Go. You go with your notes.
I literally all I wrote was Julia equals Tere.
Oh god, it's, you know, talking about going back. Can you remember when this was on Las Aparicio? This feels long.
Early
Like this.
early 2000s.
Oh really?
Yeah, 2004, 6?
Really?
No.
Oh,
When was it?
I don't know.
I don't know who I was
it
dating at
feels
the
long.
time. Can't help you.
Yeah, and I haven't been to Mexico, so I can't think of a holiday.
That's good.
But like I said, maybe this was in our first recording that was lost. In Las Aparicio. Not that I didn't enjoy it. Again, it was because Julia had a man in her life, and it was this sort of polyamorous relationship.
Was it though?
Was
Or
it?
was it more like the Clara Marina? Oh my God, her name's not Mariana. Is it?
It's
Please,
Marina.
Somebody.
It's Marina.
Somebody help.
It's Marina. I kind of went off them. So I can't put them in the Clara and Marina category because they're nowhere near my top 3. Sad to say. Maybe they could have been. I remember having high hopes, but I became more interested in Alma and Alejandro more than I did the queer couple.
Who's Alejandro?
Oh, don't worry. It's a man in Alma's life.
What
Well, it
about
wasn't
Mercedes?
her boyfriend.
She's
Mercedes
right
and
there.
Claudio. I was, again, so interested in them.
First
They
of
were,
all, the men.
to me, more hot than the queer couple. I'm sorry. It's true. I mean, full credit to Mercedes. She's carrying it all. But they were bringing it. You know, these straight couples.
Can we talk about the this fictional genealogy situation? Like, I mean, obviously, actresses are attractive, right? There's a reason that they're on screen. But like Clara's family,
Well.
and Julia's was it? Yeah, Julia's sisters,
Yeah.
the Aparicio.
Yeah.
Oh
Alma
my
and Mercedes,
God,
yeah.
their genetics, their fictional genetics. Jesus Christ, Mercedes, Alma.
It's just one hit after the other, really. I mean,
think-
and it's the same, yeah, as you say, with Clara's family.
Yeah, her mom. Also, her mom and her sister. I'm gonna make. I will again get on my soapbox and say, stop casting women who are like 10 years apart as mother and daughter, because you could just cast them as girlfriends. It's right there.
Not always,
Like,
I'm going to say.
Listen, you can do it. It's right there. These 2 beautiful women, they're 10 years apart. They're obviously not mother and daughter.
Well, I'm going to say, I think it's because they're so attractive. Because
They
any
are.
British person, if they've watched Coronation Street, will know exactly who I'm talking about. Audrey and Gail, in real life, are quite close in age, and yet they've played mother and daughter for decades. I mean, it's kind of believable.
How
I would not
close?
want to see them together. I think it's roughly the same
Like
as
10 years?
Helen. Yeah, something. Yeah, yeah. Definitely not possible that they're a thing. This is yeah, you'll see. Yeah, as I say, any British person who's watched Corrie will know what I'm talking about. I wouldn't want to see them get together. Let's put it that way. But in this instance, I know it sounds superficial and that, but yeah, Helena and her mum. I know what you're saying. Totally could have been a thing. Totally. Yeah, Helena with pretty much any woman, I would have been there for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll say it.
I
Absolutely.
volunteer.
I volunteer. Yeah, I was in there first. Chaos
were
is
you?
just hopping on, right? Oh, Vanessa's so cute. She was only a few episodes in. So.
I retract.
But again, as you say, even Giselle, Flavia, all these other characters, not even related to Clara, again, all attractive. Yeah.
Okay, we've decided that everyone in Brazil is attractive.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Like even the men, I can't believe I'm saying this, and I can't believe I'm putting it out where other people will hear it.
No,
Kaju
look what I just said.
He was a pretty man.
Oh, yeah. He's not like too bulky. He's, you know, we're going to lose all our audience talking
Yeah.
about. I've just
Okay.
been praising
Let's move
straight
on.
couples
Yeah,
over the
here we
quick.
go. We're completely. Okay.
I didn't
I'm
make
looking at my notes now. Get us back on track to
Back
lesbianism.
on track.
So, who has watched Sor Juana Inés, the series on Netflix? Or actually, it might just be called Juana Inés.
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Well,
if you
for
haven't
me,
watched
it was a long time ago now.
it can't be that. It was in like 2017. Something.
Oh,
like
no.
that.
I mean, since I watched it, like, I don't think I've rewatched it. I watched it once.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Bad lesbian. Really losing points.
I have a thing for this. I'm going to call her Mexican. Was it really Mexico at that time? I'm bad with my history, but
Yeah.
whatever.
In some form, yeah.
It's now Mexico. This nun.
She's real. It's real.
It's a real. She's a real poet from the 17th century. I think she was alive in the 1600s. Yeah, but anyway, read some of her poetry. It's really great. Sor Juana Inés and.
I do recommend it. It is really good.
This is when I was first learning Spanish. I started like translating this. Don't do this. Don't do what I did.
Told you she's a linguist.
You shouldn't translate poetry, especially when you don't speak the language very well.
And subtitles. She loves doing subtitles.
It's the way you learn, right? Learning through doing or something.
I just watch The Gay and write on my notepad and then maybe think about using Duolingo. Maybe. Something proper instead of just copying down everything. Oh, Clara said such and such and then write it down on my notepad. Probably even spelled incorrectly.
Most likely. I can't hear. That's my main problem. And I have been teased mercilessly is I'll be like, oh yeah, she said blah, 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 blah. And then an actual native Spanish speaker will be like, yeah, no,
exactly.
that's not what she said.
You think you're so right. I totally got this.
No,
Say
she
it to
definitely-
someone who can speak the language.
Yeah.
And they're looking at you like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. And so back to my notes. So what I was talking about, this Juana Inés, okay, so Ana's mother, Ana Servin, her mother from Madre Solo Hay, that's the crazy one. She actually played also another crazy character in a sapphic way. And I was kind of like agonizing over this. I was like, I know where she's from. She's so familiar, and I know it's something gay. She was La Virreina. She was the what do they call them? Vice.
Oh, Viceroy they would have had back then. Yeah.
So she was the wife of the Viceroy.
It was hot.
She was some kind of something though, like a little bit
But she was
pedophilia
unhinged.
going on there. Yeah. She was into Juana when she was young, and like kept her as like her little poet maker thing.
Well, she's trying to bring it out of her because obviously we have to be good at one of two things: poetry, as a gay woman, I mean, poetry,
Not me.
or sketching, drawing. You know, like Carla von Lohenstein, you have to be Like, how many storylines have you seen? Oh, we're drawing our love, our unreciprocated love. We have to draw it. I've never done this personally in real life or written poetry. I lack both of these skills. But in fiction, or even in real life, obviously, it must have been a thing, like Sappho herself, but I must have missed this gene, clearly. So, but yeah. We're going to finish up, I think.
We're doing pretty well on time.
Yeah. I'm so worried about Chaos. She cut it a bit fine going to work the other time.
Oh my God, I was
so,
very late for work that day. But I'm actually going to have time for like a little exercise and some breakfast.
See what I mean? The good one. Chaos is one of the good ones.
We try.
I haven't got wine with me today, though. So that's my small step. But yeah, as I say, next week I do, or whenever it is, I do not. I'm not sure. Again, we're not very good at sort of planning.
Yeah, don't put us in your calendar again. Don't do it.
There's so much to speak of because we've kind of got a backlog of like soap lesbians and just TV series in general. Yeah. So,
and our list of what we want to talk about on the podcast is so long. I've gotten to a second page now of just bullet points of, we have to go
thank
to
God
Germany.
She's writing it down. Yes, maybe it will be that. I think we're going to go with wherever our gay selves take us, like wherever we've.
Yeah, I won't make any promises this time because I feel like I'm misleading everyone. We hardly talked about Ana and Ana and Mariana. I would like to say Ana, Mariana, whoever created this show, you obviously didn't plan ahead for shipping lesbians to take hold of your shipping couple here, because Ana and Mariana, there's like not a lot to work with there for a ship name. How do you make a portmanteau from Ana and Mariana?
Mariana, I'm not going to. No. Oh my God.
Anna
and Teresa. Like most of the time I don't bother, but I say these are, and Italia are probably my two of my exceptions with soaps anyway. Yeah, all the others, even Clarina, I don't always use it. Yeah.
I don't like that it's so close sounding to Clarina.
Oh yeah, this will totally throw you off. Yeah, this will totally throw Chaos off.
I had to ask. I think I texted you, right? And I was
you
like,
did.
What is going on here?
Oh my God.
And then that's how I ended up going down the like rabbit hole of reading like these academic papers about diminutives in Brazil.
Oh my God. See, what did I say about being studious and just background study that she's doing? Yeah. So I say, no promises. We'll just go with the flow, and maybe we'll put it on Twitter what we'll speak
once
of.
We figure
or
it
people out. tell us. You tell us.
Yeah.
I can't always say we'll definitely go for it because there are certain things
fickle us.
I'm not good with. Like Juliantina. I've watched some of it, but I don't know enough to sort of speak of. I can't devote the time to watch it all.
Talking about that.
Yeah, I can't.
Sorry.
And just like I say, there are some things that Chaos knows better than I, or vice versa. Maybe we can work with that, but in some areas like Juliantina, it's
God.
But don't come at us.
Is it Shortland Street is my only I really the only thing that I know more than you probably is that.
Oh, no. I'm sure there's one. If I gave it some thought, there is definitely, and I've got some probably, but it won't be soaps because we're so good on that.
I do like that. I do like that we're pretty much on the same page for every soap opera. Yeah,
this works. We say that often. This is how this works. Yeah, is our knowledge is on the same. Yeah,
we didn't fight as much as I thought. I was fully prepared to like smack down.
You can probably really hear those smacks.
I think so.
It some well.
Yeah, it's pretty echoey in here.
Oh God, yeah. All I could say is thank you for listening to the first episode. Thank you, as Chaos said, for making it this far, especially because we're just sort of improvising. Hopefully, neither of our voices were a disappointment this week. Hopefully, to our 10 or 11 people.
We're not just going to keep counting, right?
No, I'm not going to keep times in it. Like, yeah,
I never learned to count past 20. So
no, mathematics. Oh, sorry, math is not my strong suit.
do you really say mathematics every time?
Not every time.
Oh my
no.
God.
But it can be, often. It depends where where you were educated or not. Maybe I'm just trying to, hold
She's
Britain
playing
up to some
up
sort of...
the British card. I want a handicap.
We don't have many now. We don't have many now. So, yeah. Okay, so that's it for this week. I'm going to try and sign off smoothly. Not like last week. I'm not going to give like Chaos anything to watch.
Oh, please don't hurt me this way again.
But you know me. I'm going to shout out something. I'm going to shout out my L Word podcast, Straight to L. That's straight, the number 2, the L. I said it just how they do. They're absolutely fucking hilarious. I can't recommend it enough. And if you know how terrible the L Word is, you can listen to them talk about how terrible the L Word is, while also praising Bet, just like we do. We have that in common, despite knowing she's sort of awful.
I'm going to shout out naps. I don't personally take them, but I feel like in an ideal world,
Naps.
lesbians could use some more sleep. I mean, I could. So, naps.
It's just shocking.
Chaos out.
It's chaos out. Yeah. All right. We'll see you when we see you.
Bye.
Bye.